we're gonna transition over, my dude, to the disappointing hip hop moment of the year. What's your thoughts on that, man?
So, 2020 already was a struggle. You know what I'm saying? 2020 was a big struggle for a lot of us. So, hip hop gave us some really great moments. We've already talked about some of them. I think I'm just continuously disappointed with like the misogyny of hip hop and the hypocrisy of the misogyny. People really got mad over WAP, bruh. It is just weird. It's really weird. Hey, they were whole think pieces on WAP. Bruh. Snoop said something about WAP. Snoop.
Really?
Snoop. I'm like, Snoop.
I'm shocked that
Bees ain't, but the tricks.
Right. Snoop said something?
Snoop, you showed up the MTV Music Awards with two women with leashes around their necks. Like, Snoop. So yeah, just, to see, all of that go, so which also catapults to the next day. That's everything that Megan went through this year. Well, the bad stuff. And that's one thing.
Yeah.
But just the way people reacted to it. Like that you had other rappers making jokes about it. And the fact that it's amazing how we treat our women. And like, I just don't believe. I believe if that was Billie Eilish or I'm trying to think of another. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of somebody else. All I know was Taylor Swift. And Taylor Swift. That was Taylor Swift and crap. Who I don't even know.
Selena Gomez.
I'm trying to think of a white male artist that
white male. Sam Smith or something like that.
That'd be weird, but let's go for it. Yes, because I think Sam Smith doesn't date women. So I think it might be a little weird. That'd be real interesting. Like, how did that happen? But let's do Bieber. I don't care. That's all I know. Let's say Bieber and Taylor Swift were hanging out.
Yeah.
And Bieber may or may not have fired a gun in her direction. We wouldn't be making jokes like that about it. Like, Bieber would have to have protective custody. Like, Megan Thee Stallion is a huge artist. It doesn't matter that she's huge or not. Like, whether, but I'm just saying, like, in the grand scheme, she's a huge artist. She's well known, blah, blah, blah. Like, how y'all capping for, now, look, the case still ongoing. We may find out something that happened that we all think happened, but as is like, at least just don't say anything at all. But just weird, everything she went through for it. So that was disappointing. And then the last thing I'm gonna say is disappointing, and this goes along with everything we were saying. Just knows a lot of this doesn't have to do with the music of everything. Cats speaking about ish they shouldn't be talking about. I'm looking at you, Weezy F baby. I'm gonna give Cube a slight pass. But Weezy, I'm not as much. Like, mostly because Wayne has been giving us this stuff for years. We just haven't been paying attention. Like, Wayne has been giving us a lot of like anti-Black people vibes, like, for a really long time. And not saying if you're Republican, you're anti-Black. That's not what I'm saying. But the fact that he is able to make these jokes and be like, hey, I'm rich, so blah, 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 blah. And you do these type of things, you're making these anti-Black Lives Matter things, and you're taking pictures with a dude and not understanding what that really means. And you're just a very reckless individual, bro. Like, from people who I think your community really, really supported you. And so, vote for who you want to vote for. I really do believe that, and I mean that. But the recklessness of him and the fact that I'm making this parallel to the beginning. Like Chrisette Michele, when she sung at President Trump's inauguration, she was canceled. She was canceled. Like, but it's okay that Wayne can do this and there's no type of ramifications at all. And that just completely circle what I'm saying about the misogyny of African American women in our hip hop culture and our music culture. That Chrisette Michele can get canceled, but Wayne, no one says anything about Wayne. I mean, Chrisette is by standard pretty much an underground R&B artist. And so the fact that she did get $100,000 to perform an inauguration, who cares? But to have Wayne pretty much say that, oh, this guy's doing stuff for the Black community, we should vote for him. That's way more. If you got a problem, but you should have way more problem with what Wayne did and Chrisette Michele did. So it's disappointing. So that's where I'm at.
Why do you think it's so prevalent?
Because hip hop and music and American music is a reflection of society anyway. So there's nothing that hip hop is doing different than what American culture is doing. We put our Black women specifically to the side. They don't get the second look or the benefit of the doubt. They don't. It is weird because, like, you know, you look at all these movements, and I think I've said this before, but like almost all these movements were started by Black women. Black Lives Matter started by Black women. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Black women are generally for Black men. Like they're like, let's save our sons, let's save our sons, let's save our sons to protect our Black men. I feel like that's the message. I don't feel like a lot of times that the message, I don't think people incorporate Black women in that message a lot. I just don't feel that way. Yeah. You know, and I think it becomes more and more evident. Like the fact there's so many think pieces on Meg and Cardi are destroying Black girls and they're serving these bad role models. Like it's just weird. Like it's, you know, if you believe that, fine. But I'm like, if you think that Cardi and Meg and Nicki have done more damage than their male counterparts, you're crazy. You're nuts. You're nuts. Then the reason why even Meg and Cardi and Nicki operate in space the way they do is because Chica ain't on SNL. You know what I mean? If I tell people to go listen to Jean Grey tomorrow, 99% of them will be like, why are we talking about the X-Men? You know? Let's just keep it 100 here. So it's just the hypocrisy, the misogyny is just, it is something that's hard as a scholar, as an adult, as a husband, as a hopefully a future father. I think that's going to be something that's going to make it harder and harder to I don't excuse it, but to leverage and to be okay with. Not even be okay with, but to just be like, you know, so yeah.
Yeah, I was quite shocked by, and I don't know if it's real outrage or pseudo outrage, it's tough sometimes to know, but I was just shocked by the outrage in general by the WAP thing, because I'm just like, you know, I'm from Miami where 2 Live Crew was going like record for so long.
On the album cover. On the album cover.
So I was like, so what's the big deal? And not to say that, you know, yes, you know, children are supposed to be molded by the parents and stuff like that, like what's right at an appropriate age. But just saying, from an adult perspective, why is there outrage? Like this has been going on for a very long time, and we're focusing on these two. Like I just never understood it, you know, and just kind of like, man, y'all bugging. I've been listening to some since I was a jit. Like some
this is mild. This is mild.
All right, you know,
the video itself is all CGI. I'm like, I can show you some stuff. They got played in the regular daytime on BET, MTV, VH1, 3 o'clock.
Oh man!
In 97. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Oh man. Yeah.
I just feel like when women are controlling the narrative, it becomes this big deal.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, they should know better. Like, bruh. 50 Cent made a song called In the Club where he said in the club, if you're into getting drugged, no. And that's not even to call out 50. What I'm saying is that like that was if you're into getting drugged.
Yeah.
That was 2003.
Oh,
Yeah, I love that song. It's your birthday. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? That was 17 years ago. That's just one song. I'm not, like I said, I'm not calling out 50. I'm just saying that, like, come on, man.
Yeah. Oh man. Yo, I would say my disappointing moment is I'm tired of getting to know these rappers after they've died, you know. One considering is Pop Smoke. Again, somebody I heard of, I never really, knew of too much, but then it's kind of like, oh, he's dead. And it's like, oh, snap. That's a pretty good song right there. Dio was a good song. It's like, and you just like, he had another star personality. He had a voice, like his voice was very recognizable. And you just like, man, it's like Bankroll Fresh. You just wish like you had more of his music to listen to, but you're never going to listen to it again because somebody murdered him. And you're just like, dang, like missing out on that talent. It just really is heart-wrenching sometimes, man. And of course, RIP to those two and their families, and my condolences to them. But you're just like, you just really wish this would stop happening, And so
there are too many rappers dying, and I mean, like it seems like every 2 weeks a rapper dies, and I can't keep up with it. Like somebody's like, "Do you know who King Von is?" I'm like, "No, I know he's dead. I don't know where he's from. I don't know his music." But then you start. I'm really at the point now where I think that some of these record labels like literally recruit people based on their issues, because that benefit, because like apparently Triple X got another album coming out soon. There's more Pop Smoke stuff coming out, and I'm like, who's benefiting from this, man? And if you want to say the family, fine. But if you really believe the pet family are the chief benefactors of this situation, you're crazy. And
the family is. Continue.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. You're right. It's exhausting. I don't know who said it. May have been Royce, but I think I credit everything to Royce. But some rapper was saying like, yo, like being a rapper was the most dangerous job in America. And I think certain type of rap is definitely one. No one's looking for J. Cole, is all I'm saying. Like, no one's looking for Cole. No one's looking for Chance. You know what I'm saying? No one's even looking for Killer Mike. Like, no one's looking for these people.
Right.
I don't know if anybody's looking for Roddy Ricch, but I think that type of music where you are pinpointing people's neighborhoods, I keep saying this, that type of is a dangerous thing. And it's just weird. It's weird. It's weird how the rappers and the other members of the crew, they take it, and they're talking. I don't want to call it other rappers' names, but like there were rappers a part of some of these crews we just talked about. They were calling out other rappers, being like, "I bet you're not gonna have your concert this weekend." And concerts had to get canceled. But then you look at it, you see like people in the Twitter like, "Yeah, I'm coming through. I'm gonna be there." I'm like, what is happening here? Because I thought we were around I thought we listened to the most gangster-ish, dog. I really did, for real. Like, you couldn't tell me that Mobb Deep weren't about that action. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. the Prodigy, who, of course, didn't die violently. He died, had choked on something. They had a seizure or something. But, like, you couldn't tell me that Mobb Deep, that wasn't just MOP. You know what I'm saying? Ghetto Boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't tell me those weren't the hardest. 3-6 Mafia when they really were 3-6 Mafia. Right, now you're like, oh yeah. No, there was a time, bro. Like you thought Project Pat was about that life. You couldn't tell me. But yeah, man, it's like there's a sense of danger that was interesting back then. But here it's gone past danger. And I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it at all. I don't understand why it's enjoyable. I don't understand why you'd want to follow an MC who you thought would be doing this type of stuff. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
It is disappointing. Because it's such a small part of hip hop. Really, in the grand, it's a very small part of hip hop, but it's one that's having an everlasting impact on people's families, lives, and everything else. Neighborhoods. It's just scary stuff. You could not pay me to go to, I'm not gonna say the artists' names, but they're like some artists that are in that little, no, you couldn't make me go. I would not go.
And you wouldn't. You're just like, no, I'm good.
No, like, man, you want to go see Blankety Blank? No. Is someone opening act for him? I'll go see them and leave, but no. Even then, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. No. Turn it back over to you, dog.
Oh, man. Yo, we gonna hit the next topic.
All right, bro.
Why is this a thing? Or hip hop, so like hip hop moment, song of the year, type. This is what, the next topic is.
I think you sort of covered mine, but you've explained it a little bit more.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I did.
I think we're going to mesh a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I really, like, when I heard The Box, I'll be real with you. Like, I didn't know you were going to talk about that. So, but when I heard The Box, because it really was like, Frito guys, Frito and I were in a guys chat with some friends of ours from college, and somebody was talking about that Roddy Ricch, and I had no idea what he was talking about. And it was like, well, you're supposed to be the hip hop dude. I don't know what you're talking about. And then when I heard it, I was like, what is going on? And our friend Vic was like, yo, man, it's the beat. I'm like, like, this really a thing? And then at the same time, like, you're telling me all about TikTok, and I'm like, okay, what I'm saying? Like, I remember Vine. This is like Vine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I finally got on Instagram this year, and so I was like, I don't get it. Oh, this must be something for the kids. I'm turning to the old man, like, this stuff for the kids. And then the other side of that is, just, I promise you, I had no idea we were talking about this, but it was the Travis Scott is a megastar. It's just a big
wow. My
bad. I had no idea we were going to talk about this. Like, Travis Scott's a megastar. Like, this man got a Netflix. Like I said, he has a net. That's what I'm saying. I was ready for this. He has a Netflix special. He has the McDonald's combo. There's something else. There's another project that he's working on. I heard something else big. If it's not a TV show, it's a movie. It's something else like huge coming out. But the fact that he's just like a megastar, like not superstar, a megastar. Like, when I say megastar, I'm talking about the Drake, the Nicki's. Well, Nicki probably isn't a megastar anymore, but her Peachy Def was a megastar. But that Drake level, that, you know what I'm saying? Like that 5 years ago Wayne level, 7, that would be nice. Probably 8 years ago Wayne level, like, the Kendrick level, above the J. Cole level. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So Travis Scott's a thing, and that Lil Baby's a thing. And that Lil Baby is like super huge. Like, I don't get it. And it's fine, right? I don't have to get it. But to see people, I got, younger family members and friends, and they're like, have you got that Lil Baby? I'm like, no. And then they're like, he made that song Bigger Picture, which was just talking about what's going on today. And like, I listened to it, I was like, this is cool. And people are like, yo, it's just great that you got rappers finally talking about this type of stuff. And you know me, I'm old man Abe in the barbershop, like, what? Yeah, man, you finally got rap. Ain't no rap. I literally had this conversation with somebody this year. Ain't no rappers talking about what's really going on, man. Ain't no rappers talking about what's going on with the Black Lives Matter and how hard it is. I'm just like,
You're full, dude.
and like, have you ever heard of Run the Jewels or Royce the 5'9" or Elzai or Jay Electronica or Nas? Or, I'm like going through with these people. Like, oh man, they don't count, man. They don't count. I'm like, why don't they count? What? Why don't they count? Just like, I'm like, dog, like, no, this first I was like, dog, you told me J. Cole was boring last year.
Ooh.
And it's like, well, he is. I'm like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so that was a little frustrating, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, this is what this person listened to. And if Lil Baby is speaking to him or her, cool. You don't gotta speak to me. But yeah. So the fact that the rise of Lil Baby, Roddy Ricch, and the mega stardom of Travis Scott are the biggest, like, one of the things. But I'm also happy for all three of them too. So there's no hate. I just don't really understand. Yeah, so that's me.
So it's funny. Okay, so one to speak about like the guy that's speaking to him. It's kind of like somebody explained to me your favorite basketball player.
Oh, it's a fight.
The Kobe folks, you can't tell them that MJ is better. You can't tell them that MJ is better, dog. You know what I'm saying?
No. Especially now, RIP to the Kobe Bean.
Right.
Like, I don't even get in an argument with them anymore because it's too emotional. For good reason. I'm not going there with you, bro. All right, you got it. I got you got it. You got it.
That's it. And you gotta say that's their hero. You can't mess with people's heroes, dog.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And so for homie, baby, that's his hero. That's the one who's touching his soul right now, dog. You know what I'm saying? J. Cole ain't touch his soul. Nas ain't touch his soul like that. But baby did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you ain't, there's nothing you can say that's gonna take that away from him. That's gonna make him change his mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the way I see it now. It's kind of like, okay, something about him resonated with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna just let that ride out with
That's
you.
all you can do. And it's a beautiful thing. It's hip hop. It's beautiful.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Yo, continuing the whole TikTok thing, because there's two songs that came to mind here. First is K Camp's Lottery. And you know the song by Renegade.
I've heard it, but I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
So K Camp came out with a song called Lottery. Dope stump, hit the lottery. But again, this was another song that blew up.
I ain't know K Camp still made music, bro.
Whoa!
I had no idea. Because K Camp the same dude who get cut, and I ain't scared to cut a beat off. That was like 4 years ago. I had no idea I knew he was still making music, but I didn't know he had a big song. I had no idea. Thank you for letting me know.
This song, Tolly was like, had 34 million videos made off this song on TikTok.
All right, I'm on Google, bro. Go ahead. Keep talking, bro. I had no idea. I'm so old.
So in the summer, it had one of the most popular, so people did a dance to it, basically, a TikTok dance to it. And that was another trend that blew up K Camp's song Lottery.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know the story behind it, but I knew the song, again, only from TikTok, and really never heard the whole song. I probably to this day probably heard the whole song maybe one time in my life.
Okay.
I just heard the Renegade, boom, the beginning of the song. That's it, because that's what people have performed the dance to. You know what I'm saying? And so that is probably like top 5 played song on TikTok in 2020.
Interesting.
It
came out in 2019, but it didn't blow up till wow.
Yeah.
Just like you said. Okay.
And then the other song is another Jack Boys and Travis Scott featuring and featuring Out West. Meet me out west, sitting out west. I don't know if you heard that song.
No. I'm so old, bro.
So this is my theory here.
Okay.
About why this is so huge. This is another evolution of hip hop.
Okay.
Hip hop has really from its beginning been about the remix. Even though Puffy says he's about the remix, hip hop took break beats from R&B songs.
Yeah, straight up.
It, put their own seasoning and spices on it, and made it their own.
Yeah, that's really what hip hop is. Yeah.
So you take that, and then you take the Soulja Boy model, which you put some type of dance visual to it, you know, because really it's him doing the dance and the visual and him doing the social media marketing. You put that all together, and essentially you have TikTok in a sense.
Okay.
And so here on TikTok, you're able to take a snippet of your song and make it your own, whether it's through some type of storytelling visual of some sort, or whether it's some type of dance, and put your own seasoning or spice on it to make it your own.
It's almost like it's the new wave of music videos, almost.
Yes, most definitely. I feel
like how music videos changed the game. Like this is the next evolution. Okay.
Exactly. Now, granted, it's a far cry from the glossiness we had in the early 2000s and stuff like that, because these videos are raw. This is like
people like that raw though.
It's authentic, and
I can do that.
Yep, you got it. It's kind of like, oh, I can do that, and I can do that,
and I can become big off of it,
Exactly. So that's all this is. But essentially, you just taking this Soulja Boy model, remix it, which is at the heart of hip hop, making it your own, put your own seasoning and spicing, and boom, it's off. And there you go. Because really, I still don't know what the lottery is about, you know, but I do know that 15-second that trend has blown up on. I still know that 15 seconds. I still know what it is. I still know that out there, like, meet me out west. I still know that track in my head. And I think
that's about it.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Why are they a thing? You know, I think these boys are more savvy in marketing themselves.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
And sometimes you could just have that all-star talent, but if people don't know about you,
you can be the hardest spitter in your hood.
Oh, perfect example of that is little boy Lil Nas X.
Oh yeah, he was 2019, right?
He came out 2019, but I'm just saying he knew how to really just this whole social media.
Crazy. Like his story and like hip hop is full of stories now. I think which terrifies labels, right? But yeah, you can make yourself a star, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
And it's like, do I want to spend the whole year writing Illmatic? Or do I want to spend a bunch of time trying to make the box? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a complicated thing to. Now look, there's still cats that like F that. I want to make Illmatic. I want to make, you know what I'm saying? I want to make Straight Outta Compton. You know what I'm saying? I want to make, you know what I'm saying, Only Built for Cuban Links. There's still cats who are like that. You know what I mean? But it's hard to tell someone like, yo, a lot of people would rather be a one-hit wonder, get that song in Macy's, get that song in a couple movies, Geico commercial, and you know what I'm saying?
So
You know, 'cause there are a whole lot of cats out there with classics that, you know, there are a lot of cats out there with classics from the 90s, 2000s, and 80s that, you know, they living, you know, check to check.
true.
Being a genius does not mean making a profit. And, you know, some of the greats able to do both. Jay-Z's probably the best example of that. But he had to do some things. Admittedly, he told us, I dumbed down my lyrics. He said it. You know? Eminem, another great example. Like Eminem can act like he's all hip hop, and he is. Oh my gosh, he's Eminem. But Eminem also continuously put out pop stuff. Continuously put out pop stuff with slow hooks and Rihanna or I can't remember the young lady's name. He had another young lady he used to go to. Huh?
Is it Diplo? Is it?
You're talking about Dido.
Dido.
Stan doesn't count. Stan's dope. But there's another young lady that he used for a bunch of stuff. And you know, to do his hooks. And like those like ballad rap, as I like to call it. Like he's still rapping, but it's ballad rap.
Yeah.
You know, Mockingbird, stuff like that. You know, like, yeah. Very, very few Kanye. There are very, very few artists that really can walk that line of being like mainstream and super lyrical at the same time without. And then a lot of those people drove themselves crazy, or they've gotten so, you know, 3,000 disenfranchised with the industry there that I don't feel like doing it no more. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. You know, me and you, we 40 years old. Like, real talk. Like, if you were like, hey man, I got an idea for this track, it's gonna blow up on TikTok. Am I gonna turn down that opportunity? Because I'm gonna be like, yeah, but what are my bars? I need to get this 16 in. You know, you and I, we talk all this shit. We'll be, man, please let a song you make up get 35 million views. We'll be, you know, making a video with dance girls and market product placement. Spindrift. Please. My wife or your wife will be cussing us out. What you mean you're not doing this because of? You serious? Anyway, yeah.
Oh my God.
Better make this Spindrift song.
Yo, they cutting this check.
They cut this check. Please. Got bills, bro. By the time our kids go to college gonna be like 800,000. Kids be telling me kids be getting out of college now, be like, yeah, I got $100,000 of debt. Like, did you get a med degree? What did you major in? Psychology. Oh my gosh. That's a public school? Nah, bro. Nah, man. Get that money. I talk all that junk. Get that money.
Spindrift. Spindrift.
Spindrift. Spinning on Spindrift. Spinning on Spindrift. Spinning on Spindrift. Pineapples on Spindrift. Strawberries on Spindrift. Gonna make a beef of that tonight. Get your 16 ready. No carbs on Spindrift. No sugar on Spindrift. Just water on Spindrift. Fresh fruit on Spindrift. Yo, somebody steal that, I'm suing you, bro. We need to put a timestamp on this video at the end of it, bro.
Oh man. Oh man. Yo, all right. We're gonna go to the last topic. Visual hip hop video clip of the year. I will go first.
All right, bro.
Mine is the Gucci Jeezy battle.
Oh, you stole mine. I'm about to do a part 2 now. I'm about to go to my second one. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So you had two then, right?
I'll make a second one. So yeah, you go.
Okay then, got you.
Yeah.
My bad, dog.
No,
Okay.
you're good. You're good.
One, we gotta understand because of this quote quarantine thing, versus battle came up from it. And the versus battles have been great. But one of the and like so great that they've evolved it. Like in the beginning, versus battles were like crashing Instagram and stuff like that.
It was just two. It was just two IG feeds. I'm taking my hat off, man. It's so funny. Yeah. Yeah, the real, oh man, those first ones were crazy looking. You're right.
But like sound quality wasn't that great for some of them, but then they've evolved. They got sponsorships, Apple TV, Revolt is all a part of it. And then they did with the sound and stuff like that. So they really evolved. But really, what made the whole Gucci thing about it was not, well, one, the whole 20 years of drama that built up to it.
Yeah.
To make it the most viewed verses of all time.
Which is crazy.
Yes, it is. And I didn't think it was going to be. I know we spoke about this, but it had 1.8 million views on that thing. And that's just the Instagram viewership. We don't know what the Apple Music viewership was or the rewatches on YouTube and stuff like that. Like, which is just insane. And really, if you watch the verses, you saw real life internal drama and struggle. Granted, some of it may have been choreographed, but throughout it,
a lot of that was real, bro. That was real.
And I should say the outline because they had to speak to make this happen. But throughout it, there was real life emotions. Like that came out through it. And like really, if you didn't see it, you missed out on like, wow, some just like drama for that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just one of the best, like I said earlier, one of the best things I watched all year. Like, no, the best thing I watched all year long, to be honest with you. And that's movies, basketball games, whatever. That verse was awesome.
I agree. The whole versus phenomenon itself was just huge.
Mm-hmm.
And it created something out of nothing. And man, like whether it's Gucci Jeezy or Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, like it still is a great way of bridging the gap. People educated, like people I know, like my sister, she was like the E42 short. She's like, I wasn't that interested because I'm not really into Bay Area music like that. But she's like, it's amazing, like how many of those songs. I'm like, I don't know that song, but I know a song that referenced that song. Mm. And she's like, wow, like these guys got a lot of. I'm like, yeah. She's like, man, like I was like, that's crazy. Or even like the two other cats who had previous beef, of another genre, Bounty Killer and Beanie Man. Like even that one, like I'm not into dance hall and reggae, but I enjoyed it, man. It was really, really funny. Like when the cops showed up and all that, and almost broke up the party. Like that was great. The Jill Scott Erykah Badu one, Jada Fabulous, of course Lil Jon. I keep saying Lil Jon and T-Pain to me, even though it was the most limited one because of it was still new. But that one, that's still my favorite verses. Is the T-Pain Lil Jon, because it was just so much fun. Like and then the Snoop DMX. Oh my gosh, Snoop DMX. Like because DMX needed that.
I see.
You can just tell, and like Snoop is the ultimate host, and he made it very comfortable for DMX, and it was just so much fun to watch. So yeah. So I'm gonna cheat and say my second. So because that was my first. But very, very close to I had them back up just in case, was the rise of hip hop to support a lot of the efforts that happened this year. Whether it was BLM or even the presidential election. Like hip hop played a huge role in a lot of this, and so I mean, there's too many examples to name, but yeah, just to see hip hop's part in a lot of that was just really, really refreshing, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's, like I said, there's so many people we can name. We named a couple of them already, you know, to see Megan Thee Stallion's SNL performance where she called out the Attorney General from Kentucky. You know, like, wow, that was dope. So to see, you know, Breonna Taylor get her name shown on Saturday Night Live because a hip hop artist wanted that to happen.
Yeah.
Was huge, man. And so like that to me, as hard as this year has been, it was real refreshing to see like hip hop's part in that. And like I said, like Lil Baby's bigger picture video, like even though it didn't speak to me, like yo, they're right. Like they still did that. Like he did that. He created a video to talk about this. So yeah, man. And I'm gonna end this with I teased this earlier, but if you have not seen the Run the Jewels, honestly, Run the Jewels put out 3 freaking music videos this year, 4, and 3 in particular. Ooh La La, hilarious because it pretty much they're like it's pretty much a celebration of the downfall of capitalism in the video. So I don't want to spoil that for people, but it's a lot of money burning, and which is hilarious. And then there's Home of the Brave, which is an animated video, and a lot of robot cops get taken out in that video. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But then the latest one, they released almost on Christmas Eve, which is "Walking in the Snow," which is my favorite song of the year. They do some wild Toy Story stuff in there. That's all I'm gonna say. It's like definitely like it's crazy. It's crazy, man. So yeah, a lot of good visuals. It is crazy when we talk about these visuals in a time where a lot of us were quarantined and couldn't leave, but hip hop found a way. So yeah, man.
Most deaf.
Jay-Z in the Ahmaud Arbery case, like I mean, there's just so many examples of some of our people really stepping up. Yeah.
So now that we're coming to the end of the show, man, what are you excited about for 2021, man?
Oh man, like so one thing I'm gonna bring it out here because I almost brought it up earlier and I thought better of it. So on my original list of things that disappointed me, it was the absence of Kendrick Lamar doing all this. And I thought about it. And I'm like, I don't know what Kendrick's going through. Kendrick is a human being. I have no idea what he's going through. But it was weird that during everything that happened this year, that the MC that most people, other than J. Cole, but definitely Kendrick's way more mainstream than J. Cole. The MC that most people like associate with Black empowerment and everything was sort of absent this year. And so part of me was so disappointed in that, like, yo, what Kendrick at? But then I'm like, I have no idea what that young man going through.
Yeah. So
it's unfair. These are people. But so I look forward to hopefully more progressive, more excited music from those guys who were a little quiet this year. Crit definitely put out a couple songs, but no album came out this year. And I just imagine, it reminds me, remember how after the LA riots, after like that year, you got some really great, anti-system music after that.
Yeah.
The Chronic came after that. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Death Certificate came after that.
It ushered really the golden era of hip hop.
Yeah, like that made people be like, oh, forget this. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of great music came from that. I am hoping that some really great music comes from out of all the pain that happened this year. So I'm looking out for Crit. I'm looking for Kendrick. I'm looking for Cole, of course, that trinity of the newer age MCs. But I think Jay-Z. I think the Jay-Z. I mean, the fact that Jay-Z and Nas put out good projects this year, I'm looking forward to my old school cats, doing some more stuff. You know what I'm saying? I will continuously hold out in a feeble attempt, even though I know it's not going to happen, for anything Andre 3000, Big Boy, Outkast related. So apparently Big Boy and Sleepy Brown were working on an album for the last year called The Big Sleep. It didn't come out last year. Hopefully it comes out this year. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Just great music that probably stem from some really hard times for people. Yeah. What about you, man?
I want to echo what you said. I'm just looking for just great music. The hope is this kind of like maybe these artists, some of them that we're speaking of, right now they're in a hole, and it's going to reflect in their creative outlet when they put it out in their music next year.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hope, because right now, I think we've all had a lot of time to reflect, and I think a lot of our favorite artists have had a lot of time to reflect since there haven't been any concerts, can't be any live shows.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be huge, too. I'm definitely going to hit up a bunch of concerts
Ooh.
as soon as it gets safe.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be in the first wave. but once it gets safe, I'm definitely, because this is the first year. I think this is the first year. Yeah, this is probably the first year since like 2006 or 7 I haven't gone to a single concert.
Wow.
So that's crazy. So yeah.
Yo, I know you itching, dog. I know you itching.
Dog, I'm itching, bro. Like, I'm super itching. I went to the little virtual ones. They don't really count. No offense to the virtual ones I did go to. I did go to a couple of virtual concerts. But yeah, man, like, I can't wait to be in a stadium, club, arena, jostling for position, paying $5 for bottled water. I can't wait to do it.
Yeah.
Sneaking in snacks in my pockets. Can't wait to do it. The shoe is a very underrated place to put stuff. It's all I'm gonna put out there. Women can't really because they got pumps, but I rock the huge high tops and shit.
Yeah.
That's an underrated place to put some snacks.
Note to self.
Note to self. Now look, don't try to put a full hamburger in there, but you definitely put a pack of Skittles.
Right. A
pack of M&Ms in there.
Yeah.
Just don't forget it's in there. Because if it's chocolate, ooh. That's a nasty situation. Don't ruin, you know what I'm saying, your Bo Jacksons because of a Twix bar.
Oh my God.
I'm diabetic, so that's my excuse anytime I get caught. Like, I'm diabetic. I got it. I can show you the glucometer. I need this. Then they just feel guilty, let me go in anyway.
Oh man.
Yo, we gotta have a concert pod so I can tell you some of the worst stories from concerts. We're gonna do that.
I was just thinking about that, dude. I was like, we gotta do like at first I'm like, I wanted to ask you about your experience. I was like, nah, we gotta save that.
Yeah, we gotta do a concert pod. That's all I can say.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yo. Yo, I think that's it for the show, man. You got any final thoughts or anything like that?
No, man, just 2021, it's not a movie. It's not Back to the Future. We don't flip a switch, flip all back and get better. But salute to all the viewers, followers, whatever you want to call yourself, supporters. Support to y'all, man. We wish you a very happy, merry, healthy 2021. We're gonna be with you. Hope step away. We hope that we provided you guys a little bit of escape, some laughs and whatnot, some knowledge, whatever, to help you get through. And we're gonna continue to do that.
Most def. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. 2020 has been a great year. Thank you for all the listeners and all the supporters. We greatly appreciate it. Continue to follow, like on all social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We are all on there. We appreciate all the support. Thank you. And with that, we out. Peace.